Hey everyone, welcome to today's Zoom session. So today's video, I'm going to analyze the market, do a recap of following last week's analysis that we did on Wednesday. So I'm going to update you on a few trades that I was looking at, a few analysis that I have, and the trades that I have also running. We'll update you on that, and then I won't waste so much time. Due to time, I'll just rush into it, get right into the analysis, and after that, we'll conclude from there. So welcome to this analysis, and let's jump on in. So yeah guys, looking at the analysis today, allow me to share my screen, and there we get to see, this is just an analysis that I shared earlier on today on the Discord group, our WhatsApp group as well. So if you're not in it, please, the links on the description below, so jump on it and get right in. I shared this earlier on in the morning, just sharing my analysis, the trades that I have running, and that's the analysis I'm going to do. But for daily updates and analysis, join the Discord group and you'll get access to it. So that's what I have. As you can see, I have two trades that I'm looking at, gold longs and Dow Jones longs. Okay, so I'll break it down and you'll see what I have. So starting off, I want to start with the dollar, because I want to look at the dollar strength. What am I looking at? You can see this is the daily time frame. Market has been moving, having an uptrend ever since May 2021. So a whole year market has been moving to the upside, from as low as 89 to as high as 105. Okay, roughly 105. Now, what I was paying attention to, why I was looking for longs on the other pairs and a correction to come in, is I was looking at the price action that was happening up here. Okay, what I was seeing was market came and rejected this level, moved down, tried to come back below this level. Now this resistance level marked highlighted in red is the previous high that we had. This was during the COVID pandemic. Okay, that was in March 19th March 2020. Okay, that's the previous high where market has come. We broke above it, market failed to continue up, we moved down. Okay, then market failed to create a new low. What happened? Market created a new high and rallied above, hitting as high as 105, but immediately we did not get a follow through. What happened in the market is that we got a correction, market moved back down, and that's why I'm saying important price action close. The fact that market closed below this significant level is of significant importance, because you're seeing how market rejected once, twice, broke above, came back below. What can happen? You can easily see a retest of this level and then market moves back down. Okay, so that's just pure price action analysis, not using any indicator. And if you look at the 4-hour, you can see it much clearly. So this is the zone I'm waiting to see if market can come back, that previous resistance that market was hitting before we broke. Market can come and retest it at around 104 before we move back down. But if market closes above this, then you'll continue seeing the dollar strength moving high. But on my side, I'm more having a higher probability for market to move further down, especially if we remain below the $104 mark. Okay, so that's what we have on that. Now if I go to my pairs, and let's look at gold. Okay, so gold daily chart, what am I looking at? I'm looking for long-term longs, market to move to the upside. So I had sort of this flag formation, market rejected the 1800 level, so it was a good touch. You can see it was a good support as well. You can see that first touch, second touch, third touch. Okay, on the other hand, it was also a trend line bounce. You're seeing how we're rejecting this first touch, second touch, and a third touch. So I'm looking for that daily close. We got this beautiful pin bar, which was giving me more confidence that market can move further up. Okay, so I'm still waiting to see if we remain above this trend line. If we remain above 1800, market doesn't close below, then I'll be looking for this market to move higher. Another confidence that I have is that market also rejected the flag formation. So you're seeing this first touch here and the second touch here. You want to be looking for such significant candlestick closes. It's sort of similar to what we got here. You see here, once we got that one, market moved higher, and that's the same thing here. I want to see market moving to the higher side. My stops are below the 1780 level. Okay, so we don't want to see market going below the 1780, or else we'll be in a further downtrend. But for now, I'm looking for market to move further up. If you look at the 4-hour chart, we're just looking at this better correction. You can see we got this sort of a third push. Okay, third rejection of the lower side, and now market is sort of pushing to the upside. So this is one of the trades that I have running. So I'm looking for this market at least to move up. Okay, I have my first target at 1850. I want to see how market will reject that level, whether it will break above or reject it, and then further targets to the upside. Okay, so that's what I have for now. If you go down to Dow Jones, I'm also long on this one. Sort of similar analysis to gold. You can see market had that impulse move, we're moving to the upside, but ever since around January, beginning of January, market has been in sort of a downtrend, forming that ABC correction. Okay, now in the analysis that I gave, that I shared earlier on, I was looking for a rejection of this level. I was very patient for this move. Market came to that level around the 31,500, between the 31,200 and 500 and 700 actually. 31,700 were the buying zones. Okay, that's where market was rejecting, and I was talking about significantly waiting to see if market can also close above the 32,500. So when I took the trade down here at 31,700, I remember average, that was the price I got. You're looking for market to move higher, but it was more riskier trade. Okay, but now that market has closed above the 32,500, giving me more confidence. However, if you look at the 4-hour chart, I'm paying a lot of attention to this trend line. There's a trend line forming to the downside. Okay, sort of like a counter trend line for my, that's what I'm watching. You're seeing this first touch, second touch, market is approaching for a third touch. So it will be very important to pay attention to how market will reject this trend line. Can we break above? Will we reject it? Will we break and retest? Now that's, I can't foretell what will happen. We'll have to wait and see. So that's what I'll be watching today, tomorrow, mostly between today and tomorrow. We'll get to know, will market close back below the 32,300, 500 level, or will we break above? So this is another one also that I have a trade running. Got a good entry around this level, 31,700, and we want to see this market moving to the upside. Okay, so those are the two active trades that I'm looking at. Now if you go to my other pairs like Aussie dollar, I don't have anything much, though I'm looking for longs also on this pair. This is supporting the narrative if you get that dollar weakness. Okay, so looking at the daily chart, actually let's go to the 1 week, because that's what I shared on my journal. You're looking at this sort of impulsive move. Look at that ABC correction. I'm paying a lot of attention to the $1,700 mark. Okay, and to see, look at how it acted as a strong support, broke below, acted as a resistance, broke above, now acted as support. Now we are around that level. We don't know if it will act as resistance, we don't know if it will act as support. If it's able to act as support and market closes back above this level, and to see market rally further up. Okay, but if not, if market rejects this level, stays below the 0.700 level, then you want to see it moving further down. Looking at the big picture, this is the weekly chart. You're seeing how we're forming this sort of a trend line formation, such that if market moves to the downside, we can see a further collapse all the way lower to the lows of March 2020. Okay, so that's what I want to pay attention to, but that's on a big time frame. If you move closer to the 4-hour chart, I'm looking to see how market is sort of rejecting, because that's where we are right now, at the 0.700 level. We closed above it yesterday. Now the question is, will we remain above it for the rest of the week? So that's the big question, and that's what I'll be watching. So I don't have any analysis, no trade on this one, just that short analysis, looking for market to move to the upside. You can see we already got a third touch of this one. This was the first touch, second touch, third touch. Market moved down quite beautifully, quite cleanly, and now we're getting that sort of a pullback. Okay, I'm not a big fan of a fourth touch or fifth touch of the trend line, trading in that direction. More or less, market is getting, the trend line is getting weaker. So during the such points, you would rather even be on the opposite side, but market can do anything. It can also reject a fourth time and move further down. So like this one, I'll also be paying attention to that. If I go to my last pair that I'll do for today, USDCAD. USDCAD is quite a clean analysis. Looking at the daily chart, we're sort of seeing this market. Let's look at the 1 week actually. Let's start from a top-down analysis. You can see I have a key level that I'm watching. That's the 1.2950 level. Acted as support, market broke below, acting as strong resistance. Now the question is, look at that first touch, second touch. We got a third rejection last week. Okay, market failed to close above the 1.2950 level, and this week we're sort of getting a follow through to the downside. Market is pushing further down. So as long as we remain below this level, especially on the weekly chart, then continue looking for further shorts to the downside unless we close above it. The daily chart sort of tried to close above but did not sustain that follow through, that move to the upside. Market sort of broke, and immediately we got that fall to the downside, and market continued confirming it on Monday and Tuesday, getting these red candlesticks. Okay, so if you look at the 4-hour chart, it's more or less, we also have this trend line. You can see that first touch, second touch, upon bounce of a third trend line, market's third trend line bounce, market tried to move higher, but we got a break back below and market moved lower. So this one I'm also quite bearish, and I remember saying on the analysis that I shared, the one on the article through Notion, that if market can reject back at 1.2950, I wouldn't be surprised to see market moving back to that level, getting a rejection and moving further down, or else we get a break above that level and market moves higher. But I doubt. I'm really watching for further shorts to the downside. Okay, so that's mainly what I have for today. I don't have anything much. I've looked at the dollar index, gold, US30, which is Dow Jones, Aussie dollar, and USDCAD. So allow me to end it there today. As I said, I won't go really much. I won't go much into other pairs because I don't want to go, like I keep saying, you don't want to do a lot of guesswork when you're trading and when you're doing analysis. I like to do in-depth, and that's why I keep my analysis short and a few pairs that I'm looking at, okay? And less is more. We keep saying that a lot. And also in terms of the strategy I use, you can see it's quite simple, no much indicators, using a lot of price action, a lot of technical tools, which I've been practicing for many years, and that's what I've learned how to analyze the market. So that's basically it for today. I'll see you next week. Before I see you next week, we always say you can always visit us here at Financial Hub. Our offices at JQuad Tower, 17th floor here in town. You can call us, book a meeting, go through our website on the descriptions below, and you'll get more information, more analysis, and more technical tools. Join our community as well on our Discord group and our WhatsApp group. So that's it for today. I won't say much, and I'll see you guys next week. So have a good one.